Hey everyone, Phreak here with an audio commentary for WCR. This has been copyrighted 2005, so don't go stealing it or else Downward is going to come beat you up at your house. And he will, he's done it before, so go away. Now anyway, this is an orc vs. human game. This is from the orc perspective. I was originally going to do a human commentary, and then as I was trying to find replays, I gradually shifted over to doing it from the orc perspective. I'm not quite sure why, but here we go. So, the replay is Phoenix and Door. Oh, you can see the names in the maps for you. But get on that guy's vision. This guy's AKA is, I believe it's my mother. That's the account name, shut up. The Yolani guy, Chinese orc player, with the account my mother. So, apparently he's in Phoenix as well, I don't know. But, supposedly that's the guy, I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, never mind, I scratched that, I'm thinking of the wrong replay. Forget what I said. Wait. Okay, just forget it overall. I don't even know. Anyway, we have this orc vs. human game. And let's go ahead and unpause it. We're at 15 seconds, 1x speed, fog of war on, Phoenix and Door's point of view. So we're going to unpause, and if you're not at that mark, well then you can pause this commentary, get the replay there, and then unpause the commentary, and continue from there. Sorry about my throat. I at least don't have a cold, but my throat's going to be screwing up, so I'm going to be doing that sound quite a few times. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm sick, what do you expect? So, now that we're there, let's unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay, so you're getting the standard altar burrow build, and then you're going to be getting a barracks. It's really standard stuff. You know, there's nothing special about this build order. Now, however, look at the middle of the map, and you can see that that fountain has a purplish tint. That means it's a mana fountain. And if you see a really light blue one, that's going to be a health fountain. And that can actually matter what your strat's going to be depending on what the fountain is. Like, you can change your strat depending on what that is. Because, for instance, I like to go, well, like, against human, for instance, I'll usually go Warden instead of DH. Just because he can get their mana back anyway, and Warden can get her mana back easily as well, and whatnot. And also, I'm more likely, oh, I don't know, but anyway, I like it more. Meanwhile, with like a health fountain, it's just different. I'll talk about the specifics of this specific matchup and how the fountain's better when we get more into the strategy and you see what's going on. But one thing I'm gonna say before we go into the rest of this game is that it's sort of abstract thinking, so you gotta bear with me a little bit. When you've got a health fountain, right? Everyone's gonna be likely to send their units in there to heal. Now, when that's in effect, human has the advantage there, because you can bring your army in, bolt and surround a grunt, and you've ganked a grunt, right? You get a grunt kill because of the fountain of health, essentially. Whereas the human player puts a footy there. If orc player comes along, he has no way of really stopping it unless they go raids. Now, the fun thing with the health fountain is that since it's not a mana fountain, you usually go raids instead of shaman, and so that's sort of a conscious choice there. Because you can do that sort of same kind of thing, and there's no mana fountain to regen shaman, so it's not super useful. So that's kind of what's going on there. So now, if Indoor were smart, he'd know that his human opponent is either at 12 o'clock or at the 10 o'clock spot, because it's not militia and it came in from the top. And judging by about the time it came in, it's one of those two spawns, most likely the top. And of course it is, but shut up. No, I'm not map hacking, go away. Alright, so you can see he's just standard creeping, and I guess for some reason these creeps won't purge your wolves, so that's pretty cool. He's trying to not get his Farseer poisoned too much. He's doing pretty well at that. He's, you know, trying to back off and not get poisoned a ton, and he's keeping most of his health in there. As you can see, he's only lost about 30. That's pretty good. Of course, he has some of it's considering regen, but you see, since he's Farseer creeping, he's using a grunt to scout. I mean, why not? Your grunt's gonna get poisoned. You don't have a health fountain, so it's gonna be a complete waste of HP if you do get your grunt poisoned. So why bother? You know, just pwn some noobs and stuff. And here we go, one illusion, and Farseer runs off. And I guess because the Farseer was already poisoned, that one guy didn't actively start focusing the Farseer. Because normally those poison creeps will focus anything not poisoned. They'll instantly go after it no matter what's going on. They're going to go after it unless they've been taunted. That is one thing. If they've been taunted, they will focus it forever, and they won't change targets. So there you go. Anyway, he's got this grunt going around doing stuff. He was chasing the peasant. That's a lot of what he was doing, and then he went on and went and scouted, which is why he has a little bit over 100 EXP, because those guys are worth 48 apiece, and if you multiply 48 by 4, you get 192. And that will mean that if you kill all 4, you won't level up, because he goes through micro and then summoning wolves for EXP denial. That is rather important. But also you see that the orc player does not have upgraded grunts yet, so he should be a little bit hesitant to fight, but he has to realize that he's got to fight, because he's going to get kind of owned otherwise. He doesn't want to, he wants to wear the pants in this relationship, so, he's going to do some damage, try to hurt the Archmage a little bit, and do all that. So, he's just going to chill at the mana fountain a bit, get some mana back. He's going to do that in about 3 seconds. Hey, okay, fine, under. Whatever, die on fire. Anyway, you got the wolf chasing the Archmage just to see if he's going to hide anywhere. Because after a certain point in time, if you get an enemy's hero low enough, okay, fine, I take that back, he's going to creep first. Because he will get level 2 from that. Which is a conscious choice. Say, hey, I can get level 2. So you know that you get 48 from each one. You see, well, I'm, within about 80 XP of leveling, so let's go. So yeah, that was the choice there. So you can see he gets level 2. And instantly goes on to chill by the mana fountain and start spamming chain lightnings. So there's the advantage right there. You can see the Archmage. So as I was saying about the injured hero bit, if you get your opponent's hero really, really injured, they're going to hide it somewhere. For the 90% of the time, if they're smart, they won't put it in their base. They'll just simply hide it. And also you can see he's going TC, which is a standard choice. He's also going Shaman as opposed to Raids. And that's, I believe, because of the mana fountain. Because he's going to be able to spam Lightning Shield and Purge and everything. And interestingly enough, Eggman's going to play right into his hands and get Beastmaster. And that's a horrible choice, I think. When you're a human player and you're on Null Wood and it's a mana fountain, just don't go Beast, because you're going to get destroyed by doing that. Because they're going to go Shaman for the most part because of the mana fountain. You can see he gets a footy kill. And it's worth losing 2 wolves. It can find 20 XP one way, but an actual unit the other. I'll take that. So, the Farce is chilling out, getting mana as usual, as pretty much what should happen. Salves, of course, going off from the second hero. He's got another unit to salve if he'd do it. And yeah, now he's getting owned by the creeps. Good job. So what he's trying to do there is lure the creeps away from the mana fountain and then go use it. But he came a little late. He's going to get ganked by the creeps some more. So he's a noob. So you're going to see he's going to go to the mana fountain and then suddenly start getting owned. So he's like, oops. Of course he's going to chill out and get hit even more, because he's freaking smart. So whatever, TC creeping going on, and suddenly he realizes, okay, there's a Beastmaster and I have a bunch of weak grunts. This sucks. Let's run. So he shockwaves because, well, you might as freaking well. And he's going to speed stroke because he's about to get surrounded. That's something you have to really think about. If you're getting close to getting surrounded, it's worth wasting the 50 gold, even if you weren't going to get surrounded anyway, because it just might really, really, really matter. The shockwave there might have been also part of an attempt to get the creep. I mean, of course, he saw a bunch of footies lined up, so why not shockwave as soon as you can, get the most effect out of it. But also I think there was a little bit of alt command, saw that there was a weak creep and wanted to make sure he got the kill. I mean, the extra XP and gold can make a difference at some point in time. You never know. I mean, heck, if you can do it, do it. Why shouldn't you? So, get as much collateral damage as possible. So Human made a bad choice there, focusing the creep down. He could have done some more damage to Grunt. Of course, he's going to kill some anyway, but still, you don't want to focus creeps in the middle of a battle if you can help it, unless it's like 5 hit points and it's like a level 6 creep that's going to level your Archmage or something. But something that small that had almost full HP, not really worth it. Anyways, Endur's realized that he's kind of outgunned here with these water metals and quillbeasts and everything. And he doesn't really have any shaman out yet, so he's really at a very bad point in time. Because he doesn't have what he needs and his opponent is really pressing hard. Now luckily for him, his opponent just has foots, and that freaking matters. However, he's also losing his army to creeps. So he's going to lose another grunt because he's a noob. But he's not going to go on and start focusing to Archmage and essentially, chase him out. And anytime there's like an intel hero, that's kind of what you have to do. He's going to move on, focus on this footy, and grab a healing pot. He purges the Beastmaster, make sure he can't chase the TC anymore. And that does do well for him as he picks up level 2. And yeah, and there went my train of thought as I had to pause the commentary. So anyway, you can see he's just got Shamans out, he's focusing the Intel Hero, and unfortunately he's going to have to TP because it's slow. And essentially what Eggman's strat is Dual Sanctum Mass Summons, and that's a pretty good strat because you've got anti-Grunt, you've got anti-Shaman in a sense. But crap, I just went at 3x speed way too much. I'm at 915, so just keep watching at 1x speed to get to 915 or whatever, and then we'll unpause there. So I'm at 915, pause it at 915, because I messed with the times with the x speed. So 915 is the time to be at. For the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit. As I said, the Mana Fountain is extremely important for Shaman, and Eggman has played right into his hands, giving him some free EXP with that. Of course, Eggman's playstyle is going to be a little bit, if he can, to keep him from getting in there. You know, if he can like pressure his opponent and do enough damage, or not even so much do damage, but just pressure his opponent till the Shaman run out of mana, so that he can, you know, fight him without his summons being dispelled. And with Brensaur, he'll be able to keep churning them out and overwhelming his opponent. Because Orc really doesn't have anywhere he can go so much when you can suicide summons into the back of their base and kill grunts. So, anyway, you can see he's healing up his heroes though, and I guess we're at 915 all of us now, so I'm going to unpause. In 3, 2, 1, unpause. Right, so as I was saying, you've got grunts, and he's not really upgrading, as far as I can tell. Yeah, he's not getting any upgrades, he just got the War Mill for extra wood, even though he doesn't need it at all, but I don't know, his choice. He's a noob, but what can I say? Anyway, you can see he's focusing on the Null Assassins first.